to you. Thank you for being part of this live stream. And I wish you an amazing Sunday. And I hope you are fine. And thank you for listening. And we have very, very special energies at this time. And we are through a very important portal. The portal of the 5th of May. And the 5th of May was also the lunar eclipse. And it was a very intense portal. And now the energies are clearing up, but we can feel that there is a lot going on. And the difference between the worlds is becoming, we can feel and sense more the difference of the split of the world in two different, literally in two different worlds. And what is now the most important? Because those energies we are experiencing at this time are very, very important to understand and to act maybe in a different way. And more about this in a moment. And thank you to be part of this community and to be part today of this live stream. And if you are interested in a weekly energetically and astrologically update, then you can subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is below the video. And also I have a big webinar on the 28th of May. It is all about the energies and the astrological constellations in this year because they are very important for us. We are in a big shift and what this means for us in this year and everything about the solar eclipse we will have an experience in October. And because at the end of the year the energies will be very chaotic. And if you are interested to learn more and to understand more, please subscribe to my free webinar. It will be on the 28th of May. Yes, and what are we experiencing now? You might feel that the energies are now a little bit lighter than before the lunar eclipse. It's really, we switched through a very important portal. And now it is possible for us humans, to achieve higher energies. It is always a step up we make when we go through a portal. But then we also can experience that the old world and the new world, the differences, we can perceive them more and we can experience them more, that the old structures are maybe not so more important for you, or you feel not so much connected to them if you go the next step up. But there are also a lot of people who do not want to level up their energy, or are not ready, or do not really understand, and that is also all right. We are now experience very high energies because we have also astrological, and I'm speaking of the Vedic astrology. We have many planets in the sign of Aries. There is Jupiter, there is the Sun, there is Rahu. Rahu is the upper lunar node, and there is Mercury, and there is Uranus, and they are very close together. And this is a special energy cocktail. And hello to everybody. Yes, it is also about war, because Aries is a sign of aggression and also of war. But it is also, the Sun is the biggest planet we have in our solar system, and Jupiter is the next biggest planet, and they have a lot of gravitation power. And if they are together in one sign, and Then there is also Rahu, the lunar node, the upper lunar node, and there is also Uranus. Uranus stands for explosive and unexpected energies, and this combination is really extreme. Uranus stands for our higher self, and with Jupiter, Jupiter is our individual self, our individual goddess part that we are. And the Sun is for the is stands for the spiritual world. It's self for God. And sorry if my English is today a little bit not so in the flow. Um, and so these energies are very much about awareness, awakening, and they are all in the first house in the zodiac Aries. And there was the lunar eclipse in on the opposite side in the sign of Libra, with the moon and also with Ketu, the lower lunar node. And this energy, the moon was so connected to Uranus. That means that a lot of things can happen because of this very special energy cocktail. And a lot of people will, will awaken because of this energy. And we will see that the splitting of the worlds that will happen, that it will speed up because of the difference in energy. And it is okay. And the most important now is to understand that you should follow your excitement. You should do what you love to do. And a lot of people know about the concept that they should do more things that they really love to do, but they do not really do it. And why? And that is the big question. Why do not think you should do the things that you like to do, that you are most excited about to do? That is really an important question, because your higher self, and the planet Uranus stands for your higher self, wants always to connect with you. It is a part of you. But you as a person, as a physical person, often do not hear what your higher self tells you. And your higher self knows what is best for you. But if your body is not really connected to your higher self, then you cannot really understand the language of the higher self. Because the higher self, his language is all about passion. It is all about creativity. It is all about love and attraction and pulsation and frequency, and to connect to the same frequency. This is your higher self that wants to speak to you, that wants to give you information that you know who you are and what you should do. But we often cannot hear it because we do not the right things. We do not do things that we are excited about to do. And so we lose the connection to our higher self. And often people who are very who have a lot of negative emotions and feelings, they build a, a wall round their heart. And so when the higher self wants to connect to them, and the connection is through the heart, it is the first connection of the higher self with you, is your heart. And if you build a brick with walls because of your negative thoughts and your negative feelings and your negative belief system, then your higher self cannot reach you and cannot speak to you and cannot tell you what you should do. And that is most important, to understand this concept and to start to do what you love to do, to follow your excitement. That is so important because it is the language of your higher self. And then it is most important that your physical body, that you as a person, that you start doing those things that your higher self gives you. The higher self gives you the inspiration that comes to your heart, and from your heart it goes to your mind, and in your mind it is your pineal gland that activates with these higher frequencies and give you the also the ideas what you should do in your life and in your world. And that is most important, that you understand the way of communicate with your higher self and to start to follow your excitement. That is most important now at this time with this new higher frequency, that you can buy your ticket to the new world that you want, because it is all about your frequency. Your frequency is important because you can only reach the things and the new world when you are in the frequency of the new world. It is the only way you can connect if you are in the same range of frequency. If you are not, then you have not a ticket for the new world. And that is most important now, to understand this concept and to start to feel in yourself what feels good for you. What do you love in your life? What are you excited about? And to do more of those things. That is the most important. Because a lot of people with this high energies, they cannot really access those energies because of their negative belief system, and they lowering their own frequency, and then they do not feel good. They have a lot of pain, and their pain body, their energetic body of the pain is very full of those heavy energies. And then you cannot hear your higher self. And now it is the time to understand. It is so important to level yourself up, because you can now feel the difference between your higher energy and your higher self and your lower self very clearly. And then if you cannot reach those higher frequencies and you are in pain, then often people search solutions. Solutions may be in addictions, because they feel this emptiness in themselves, and they want to fill this hole in their self, and so they maybe drink too much alcohol or what else they do. And now we have Neptune in the sign of Pisces, and I'm speaking of Vedic astrology. And this means we will see a lot of drug death, because people, they cannot handle those high energies, and they search for solutions. And a lot of people will also go from this planet, because this frequency shift um, is so exhausting for people who do not want to start to connect to their heart and to feel them, and yes, and to love them and to accept them, and to try to do things they never have done before, to left their comfort zone, and to be brave and courageous. That is most important. And sorry if my English is, at this in Germany we have evening, not the best. And yes, please write in the chat from where you are. That's so amazing. Plein, Plein, ich liebe dich auch. Hi, hi to everybody. And if you have any question, please write them down here. I will look if I see any question. And red herring media writes, it's sometimes hard to pursue your creativity when you are under a lot of spiritual attack. Not making excuses, I'm just saying one tends to be in a protective mode. Oh, there is so much out there about spiritual attack in really in my truth. And look, if it is, if you go with it in resonance, in my truth, there is no spiritual attack. It is all about your belief system. If you do not believe in yourself, then your energy field is not really full of your energy. And then you can believe something attacks you and you feel empty and you feel that you are not really in your power. But this is all created from yourself. It is all created from yourself. And so it is like an excuse to say it is a spiritual attack. But you have to understand it and then fill your energy field with everything you love, with your excitement, with your authenticity. And that's the most important. Then there is nothing that can be felt like something is missing in your life. Really, that is most important. Okay, do we not have to tidy up after ourselves before we choose to move higher? Um, I do not really understand it, Diane. Sorry. Maybe you can write it in another way. This Libra is riding an exciting wave. Yes, it's really an exciting wave. Diana writes, those that feel no obligation leave the party, but that's the speeds up the intensity, then surely we miss the point. I think, yes, we will experience more and more the split of the worlds. And there are people who are not ready for the new earth and for higher frequency. But everything is always all right. And if they do not want to experience higher frequency because they are not ready, they cannot achieve those higher frequency, so everything is fine. They will also experience in their version of the earth, because there is not only one version of the earth, and they will experience in their maybe more negative oriented version of the earth those things that are important for them. Because if we are experience negative things, that is not really negative. It is the things that is needed now most, that we can understand and be aware that we do not want it anymore, and that we can change it, that it is all about our own belief system. You can change your beliefs. It is up to you if you change your beliefs or if you do not change your beliefs. That's most important. And so you can decide. But it is all about awareness and consciousness. Yes, that's true. Okay, Maggie writes, I'm being called to stand up for myself, but don't understand how to do that and still consider others how we do this. Yes, that is most important, because we lost this connection to our higher self, so we do not really know how to do this. And the most important is to make small steps and to ask yourself, what do you want to do now? If you want to listen to this video, that's amazing. But also if you feel you want to eat something, or you want to go for a walk, or do you want to read a book or something like this, you should feel in yourself what makes you now most in the most happy, and then do more of those things. And so you will reconnect to your higher self and get more information. But the most important is not only to get those informations, to act in these informations. Then only you are in the flow, and your higher self will give you more information and more things you can do. That only happens if you start the play. That is the most important. Because the higher self can only give you more from the higher realms and more possibilities if you start hearing to the higher self and act and act it out. That's the most important. And you can start with little things. And if you do it really every day, and maybe also feel your body, make a little bit breath work or something like yoga, or go out in nature, that helps you to reconnect to your higher self and to hear it, and then to act like it wants you to act, because your higher self is you. It is not another person that maybe wants that you fall in a hole or something like this. No, your higher self wants the best for you, and your higher self knows what is really the best for you. But you should do it because the higher self cannot do it. That will help you to connect. Hi, hello from Costa Rica. Sugar love. Oh, right. That's amazing. Question. Where was the question? Sorry. What is the best way to establish communication with guides, angels, higher complete selves? Sarah, everything I told in this video is the most important and the best way. The best way to connect to your to your guides and your higher self is to level up your frequency. And how can you level up your frequency? It is all about hearing your higher self and doing the things you love the most, you are most excited about to do. That is all you should do. And then the communication starts. And if you want to learn more, I hope in the summer month I can start my mediumship certification course, where you can learn to connect to the higher realms and to your spirit guides and how to do it. And also we have their group sessions in live course where you can learn everything about the higher realms and to activate your mediumship abilities. And if you are interested, I think in summer it will start. You can sign up for the free webinar on the 28th of May. And so you are registered, and I can send you out the information when the new course will start. I have a similar course in German, and I have so much students that I showed them how to do it. And it's really, really amazing to connect to the higher realms and to people, maybe to ghosts or to people who are dead, and to your family, to your father or mother. They are when they are on the other side, and that's amazing if you understand how to do this. Okay. Why do you say May 19th will be a day to remember? Please tell me. I can't tell you everything now in this live stream. Please look up this video. There's everything. The 19th of May is a new moon, a very special new moon because of the constellations. And because of those constellations, I made this video. And please watch this video if you are interested. Okay, let's look more. I suppose by spiritual attack, I mean the distraction, intense noise of the world, even protected by others. It can make you forget your own power. Yes, there are something, there is always loud noise on the outside, but it is all about where is your focus? Is your focus on the loud noise on the outside and the media and all the stuff and the war and everything? Or is your focus on yourself and your higher self and to connect to it? It is nothing wrong to be part of this world and also to see what happens on the outside. But most important, from your own base, from your spiritual connection, from your standing on the ground and be powerful, then you can also look on the outside. But it is to understand, you should understand that you will never change the outside, and you do not need to change the outside. It is all about you and your own energy, because your own frequency, this determines your outer reality you perceive. And it is not only how you perceive it, it is really the outside. On the outside are different versions of the world. And we are such great beings that we connect to those versions of the earth that is most relate most to our own frequency. That is most important. That's really fine if you are writing down here a lot of questions. I love those questions. And I love to give you answers. How to reconnect to our passionate higher self without relinquishing current comforts. I've deliberately asked a rhetoric question. Reconnect to your passionate higher self. It is all about, do it not so, don't think too complicate. Do not complicate the things. It's really easy. It is all about connecting to yourself, to touch yourself, touch your body, and to feel yourself. And we can learn. A lot of people do not really understand. They are so in their thinking mind that they do not really know, how can I feel? How can I feel my body? How do I feel anything? They are so cut off of their feelings, and we should connect to them, because there's also a version of the earth where the people could not connect to their emotions, and they developed to the grace. You might have heard of the grace of the extraterrestrials. They are not really extraterrestrials, but the grace, they lost their emotional, their connection to their emotional body. And a lot of people are in this, in now on earth, they do not really understand how to connect. They built so much this wall around their heart that they could not connect to their feelings. And then we have to break the wall down, maybe one brick after the other, and to learn how to connect. And sometimes being in nature is so amazing. That helps you. You can see the flowers. You can connect to outer things and uh, and um, and activate your feelings, maybe for a dog or a cat. And then if you start to feel for another person, a plant or a dog or an animal, then you start to activate your heart power. And this helps you to feel more and to learn. And it is all about a process. We are here on earth because of those processes. We learn so much. It is not about a target to achieve. It is all about to be, to understand more, to learn more, and to be in this process where we have those awakening moments where we say, wow, now I understand more of myself. That's most important. Nancy writes, can you please let me know what is my date of birth means to me? Oh, I can't do it. Really, if you tell me here your birth data for the Vedic astrology, I need also my software. Then I can say more about the constellations and the energies of your birth data. Yes, that and you will also I will also start a course of Vedic astrology, I hope in summer, and I have there also a very profound also another a friend that helps me with the course, and that's really amazing. And there you can learn all about Vedic astrology in summer with me. And it is not difficult. It is all about doing it, doing it, and to understand how to read a birth chart. It is not difficult. Um, I'm very noise sensitive. Yes, I can understand. But sometimes when we are very sensitive, it also means that there is a lack of power, a lack of connection to the earth. That is often that your upper chakras are very active. Yes, your third eye is active, and your crown chakra is active and connecting to everything. But you are not really grounded, and then you feel very easy disturbed from outer noises. And if you are really grounded and powerful in your mediumship ability, then it is not so much about the outer disturbance. It is important also that you eat good and that you look after your body, and also not to hear loud, heavy metal music or something like this. That's really not good. But you can do a lot of things if you want to do. That's my experience. Sorry, but that's my experience. Then I'm looking. I also have some questions. Would it not be that love as compassion to others is in all things a cooperate responsibility to clean up not just ourselves but level the playing field for others? Absolutely, Diane. That's the most beautiful we can do, that we show our compassion and our love, our unconditional love to others. That helps them, that they can remember that they also can love, that they also can love themselves and also love others. It is all about to understand that we are all connected, and if we share our love, that helps everything to remember and to grow and to celebrate life. That's really the most beautiful thing we can do. Okay, thank you so much for all your nice comments. And I also have some questions from the German community, and I thought it might be also interesting for you in the English community. And I will just start. But if you have any question, please write them down, and if I can, I will try to help you to find an answer. And if you want, I have, I'm not really know if I told you, I have a heart community membership. It is now opened, and there you are connected more with me, because it is a closed platform where we can exchange together, and where we can exchange together, and you get there more updates about the astrological constellations, the energetic constellations, and light language activations, and a lot of more things. And if you want to be part of my heart community membership, you will find the link below the video. Okay, then I have a question Is there a way to distinguish who we are communicating with? Yes, there is a way. And I know so much people are afraid that if they connect to the spiritual world, that there might be demons or some negative entities that connect to you. But that's really not possible. It is possible, but it is all about your frequency. If you are in a high frequency, then a low frequency cannot reach you. It is not possible. But if your energy is very low, then you can connect to low energies. And then if you believe you are powerless and you are not you're worthless, and then other energies might connect to you and give you the understanding that they have more power over you than you have. But it's all about your belief system, because nobody has a power over you. Nobody. There is no dark energy or entity or demon that is stronger than yourself. Nothing, nothing in the universe has more power than yourself. That's really the truth. But you can believe what you want, and everything you believe might help you to understand you where you are in your experience here on earth. But that's the truth. And yes, we experience a lot of things. So if you want to connect to the higher realms and be safe with the spirits you connect, it is all about your own frequency. And if you start to love yourself and to forgive yourself and to live what you are excited about, then you are on the right frequency and you will connect to your spiritual guides that help you, like your higher self, that help you to understand where you are and what you should do and what would be now the best option you have. That's all about. That's really the most important. I tried to check out Heart membership, but popped up I got was foreign language. Is there an English website? Oh, I have an English website. There is what's the English name? You can choose the language at the top of the website. There are the flags of I think of the USA and of Germany, and there you can choose the flag, and then you are on the then you are in the English version. And if there's any problem, please write me an email, then I will help you. And I would like to welcome you in my Heart membership. It is really, it starts now very, yes, with a very small group. And if you are part, then you are very near connected to me if you want. Okay, and really, if there is any problem, please tell me. Okay, then I will look. I have some questions where I can give you an answer if you want. The first question I got, it was from the German community, but I think it's also interesting here. Is it that we have awakened forever after the new age, or are we going through bad times again? I have seen that after the Kali Yuga, there is again a cycle of 3 ages, or is it then that we have broken the cycle of reincarnation? And I know a lot of people think that we are in a cycle where we cannot really choose our next life. That is not true. It is all about what you want to experience. The biggest part of you is always in spirit. And from there, from the spirit realm, you are totally free. And you are also in your physical decisions free, but you are a little, there are borders because of your body. You can't experience everything really free. But that is, you choose this life on earth. Nobody said you have to live this life. We are all master souls here on earth. That is most important, and you choose this life. You want to have this life from your higher perspective. And so everything is fine with this life. And you do not have to reincarnate in any way, because reincarnation is only a concept. Reincarnation is really an illusion, because everything exists in the here and now, at this moment. Everything. There's only one moment in creation. Can you feel the energy now here? In my room, it's really high. Just only one moment in creation. That means everything, every movement, you as a baby or you as an old person, everything exists right now. Right now, it is only your perspective. Your perspective always changes. It is never the same. You're always looking on another other scene. It can't be the same scene like a second before. And I often use this analogy of the film strip, that if you are in the cinema, you see a film and you see a movie and there is so much action, but if you go in the room where the projector is, then you see that the film strip, every picture, everything exists at the same moment. And so is reality. And we just learn to understand it more. But that is really true, and that is all about that we always decide what we want to experience the next. And we do not go through the same dark cycles again or something like this. It is all about your decision. You decide what helps you the most in your next life, and this you will experience. Your soul is totally free. You choose what serves you the best. Okay. Karen writes down, I was taught humility this past weekend. I loved the lesson that was shared with me. Love matters, never take anything for granted. Yeah, thank you for sharing your experience. That's really so profound to share our feelings, our frequency, our experience with like-minded people. That's really very beautiful and very valuable for everybody. Sorry if my English is sometimes not the best. Okay, I have another question. There are countless souls. Who created them and where do they come from? And we have to understand, we can experience that something starts, is born, and then after a while, it will go away. That's our experience. We are experience everything in a linear way. But in reality, everything exists at this one moment, now. And this means every soul is endless. It exists always. It is infinite. And so there was not the point where the soul was created and then the soul dies in any way. If you see it from a higher level, if you see it, we have different levels of the soul, and your oversoul is infinite. And also your soul is infinite. Everything is infinite. But this life, when this life ends, then you can choose from your oversoul your next life. But everything exists at the same moment. Like the fingers are always all there. And but you experience a life maybe as this finger and later then the pinky finger or something like this. But everything exists at the same moment. And so there we are all infinite. There is no beginning and no end. And something that exists ever without ending. Because not existence is full of not existence. So there is no room for existence in non existence. Existence exists. That is the only way. Okay. Okay, I think every question I will not can answer, but there are some more. Your English is great. Don't doubt, we understand you very well. Ploin, thank you so much. And I really love to connect to the world and to the English understanding community, and I love it. And I'm connecting from the bottom of my heart, and I feel it is the inner call to do this work for you all, and therefore I'm doing my best. I don't know. Yes, I will do it. I will do it again and again and again. And one day I'm so perfectly that that it will be yes, in that way. So yes, language is not the easiest way for me, really. I'm not the most easy thing for me. But yeah. Next question. Is the earth really flat, and is it inhabited at its core? There are two questions. Is the earth really flat? And I know that a lot of people think the earth is flat, but that's not true. The earth is a sphere. And like you have a water drop will not be flat. It will always be a sphere. Also, if you go in the space, in the not on Earth, in the uh, in the space of the all of the, yes, there you can see that if you have a drop of water outside of gravitation, the gravitation field, you will see it will always move in a sphere form. And that's our Earth. But people who think if the Earth is flat, they may connect to a Earth on a higher dimension, on a higher level. Because on a higher dimension, things are not so much of space and room, the experience of space and time. Space and time, and so they are not so. They are more seen as something flat in a higher level, the earth. And so if you are now connecting your level, your frequency, and you connect to the earth in that direction, then you might think the earth is flat, but in reality the earth is not flat. Oh, Botswana, amazing. Rina, amazing. Wow, wow, wow. It's really a universe community connection. That's really amazing to connect to you all. Okay, I will see if I have one or two more questions. And if you have any question, please write them down. Yes, there was also the question if in the inner of the earth, if there are beings living there, you might have heard of the concept of inner earth, that there is life in the inner of the earth. There's also sun and mountains and animals and everything. But this concept of the inner earth, or Agatha, or what name you call it, is not really true. It is another dimension, a slightly other dimension, where you can experience another form of earth, but it's not really inside the earth, in our in our material earth. It is a slightly other dimension, and I'm very connected to inner earth. I love to be there. There's so amazing nature there, and the people and the animals, they are so of a very peaceful atmosphere there, and I like to be there, really. But it is not. I also have a parallel version in Inner Earth, but it is really not that it is inside the Earth. It is in another dimensional plane of the Earth. Okay, and next question was, were there giants, unicorns, and other mythical creatures before our time? Can someone in chat help with currency? That was a question. But I do not see the question. I start with the next question, with this question. Were there giants, unicorns, and other mythical creatures before our time? And a lot of people who connect to those ideas of giants, unicorns, they are very open to other frequency realms, because giants did not really live on this earth, but there are slightly different versions where you can experience maybe something like giants. But mostly it is about the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis were those extraterrestrials who lived on Earth 500,000 years before, and they were bigger. They were more about 5 meters. I do not know the other measure, but it is about 5 meters, the Anunnaki about. And you also find in Egypt and also in other cultures those bigger statues of gods, often with blue skin. And this is all about the Anunnaki. They looked like those bigger versions of ourselves. And so those giants lived on the earth, the Anunnaki, but now, yes, they are gone. And I write a book about those things, and in German, and I hope I can then translate it in English. And unicorns are very special. Unicorns are interdimensional beings. They connect to different dimensions, and they are truly, really very, you can experience them very physical. And in your dreams or something, you can really smell it, you can really touch it, because they are beings between the dimensions, and they connect to other dimensions. They can also, like, you can transport with a unicorn to other dimensions and get from there informations. And your unicorn, if you have one, you are connected to, will also bring you a lot of information and insights from the spiritual world, if you want. And mythical creatures often have to do with the nature spirits, maybe like what's the name? Gnomes or something like this, or elves or fairies. Those natural spirit, those nature spirits, they are from the nature spirit field. It is like a plasma, an electrosphere from where they are created. They have not a life like we have a life. They are created out of this plasma, and you can experience them. Maybe you look at a flower, and then you can see at the moment maybe those fairies or elves or something like this. But they are protectors of the nature, and if you connect to nature, you can experience very often nature creatures and beings. And yes, they are part of the spirit of the plants and the animals and so on. And that's amazing to connect nature to nature spirits. It's amazing. They're so powerful. They can help you so much in your healing process and anything else. Yes, and it's not difficult to connect to nature spirits. It is all about to learn to activate your mediumship abilities, your clairvoyance, your clear hearing, and all those things. And yes, and if you are interested, you can learn to do those, to make those experience in my online certification course. It will come out soon, I hope. I'm translating now the first videos in this online course. There are then short videos you can watch, and also we connect every week, and we do their exercises to learn how to connect and so on. Okay. Oh, thank you, Floyd. Thank you very much. I thought today my brain is not really awake. And thank you very much, Blind. Okay, maybe one last question, okay? We can, and we have 56 minutes. Uh, okay, let's look if I have another question. Okay. Was Atlantis ever a reality, and are we the descendants of Atlantis? Yes, and yes. Atlantis was a reality, and we are the descendants of Atlantis, absolutely. And more of Atlantis will come out. Also, the crystal skulls, because we have very potent crystal skulls in the earth and connected to the field of earth. And when our vibrations will rise, then those crystal skulls will activate more, and we can connect to them because they have the form of a skull, and the shape of a skull, sorry, and this is connected to our own skull, and then the skulls can connect together, and the the information can uh, easier be received from those skulls. And also with the first contact with the ETs, they will help us to understand our history more, and then find more. We will find more things from Atlantis, um, remnants. I think something like this in English. Sorry. Yes, of those old culture. We will find sculptures and things from Atlantis. And the center from Atlantis city, was at the Bermuda Triangle. That's very important energy portal today. And we know that a lot of ships or also airplanes, something that went over those portal, disappeared, because there is this portal that connects to other dimensions and realities. And if there is a special frequency activated at this moment, then if you are in the portal, then you will change maybe your dimension. Sylvia, will you please do a video on plant medicines of various healing? Sarah, yes, I can try. I first have to learn the names of the plants. I know in German, but I do not know in English. I might make a little video about my garden and show you some plants in my garden and how you can use them for your own, for your to eat them. Sorry, sometimes not the right words come up. Um, because they are so healthy. You can do so much with plants. And I do not know about the USA, but in German we do not have very much antibiotica left. And and there are so amazing plants that can be so much better than antibiotica. And yes, and we can learn there a lot. Yes. Thank you so, so much. How much is your astrological chart in dollars? It is not much. I think dollar and euro is like similar. It is about 25 euros, and I think it's about $25. But it is not a reading with me. I do not give readings. I have a book. This will translate now in English, but most important, if you want to learn more about Vedic astrology, and it is so much more, it gives you so much more if you understand the energies of the planets and you can read a birth chart. It is really, Vedic astrology is the science of the light. It is the oldest scriptures in the Vedas. It speaks of Jyotish. Jyotish is the eyes of the wisdom. Yes, and this is really the light. It is all about, you can understand so much more if you um, if you um, if you understand the planets, and if you can read a chart. It is pure wisdom. And you can learn it with me in this online course. There we also have every week a live session where I show you how you can do this. It's really amazing. And I never thought that I should learn astrology, because it was too difficult for me for a lot of years, because I only knew about the tropic Western astrology and not the Vedic astrology. But first, when I saw a video on YouTube about Vedic astrology, and then it gave me a wow moment. And because I understand something, I feel something with those planets, because Vedic astrology, it is all about where the planets are in the sky at this moment, and I feel them. And in the tropical Western astrology, they say that the lunar eclipse happened in the sign of Scorpio. But if you look in the sky, then the the moon is in the sign of Libra. There is the eclipse. And yes, and so it's so much to tell you. And I think if you have any questions, please write them down. I will look to them. I read every comment below the video, and then I can give you answers in the next live stream. Yes, I can explain more of the difference between the Vedic and the tropical system. But the most important is really that the Vedic connects to the stars where they are on the sky, and not like the tropical Western. They always go to point zero every year. But the fixed stars that are the energies of the zodiac signs, the fixed stars are behind the zodiac signs, and they give the power to the houses and to the zodiac signs, and they move like everything moves, and they move 1 degree in 72 years. And so they move, and so the tropical Western astrology is not really the true astrology. And also, maybe you know about Edgar Casey, the the he was a big seer of the um, um, yes, a seer. I think it's also the English word, Edgar Casey. And in one of his trance sessions, he spoke about astrology, and he spoke about that the Western tropical astrology is wrong. They are 23 or 24 degrees wrong. And that is the difference between where the fixed stars are in the sky and where the Western tropical and astrology say they are. Yes, and there's so much more, because in the Vedic system the moon is also very important, because the moon is all about how we perceive everything. It is all about how we see everything and how we feel about. Because the tropical system is so focused only on the sun, and the sun is only the male part. But there is not only the male part. The male part is important, but also the female part, the moon. And there in the Vedic astrology, they are both together. But you will learn more about this. I will make also a free webinar where you can learn a lot of Vedic astrology in June, I think. I will do it with Sarah Costa. Sarah Costa is my friend, and she will help me with the course. And yes, and thank you so much to be part today at this live stream. And please share this live stream. If you want to be part of my heart membership community, I would be happy to welcome you there. And also our free webinar on the 28th of May. And thank you so much. Danke, danke, danke schön, Bloin, and everybody else. Thank you so much. I love you.